G'day guys, another beautiful day here in paradise. I got up this morning and thought to myself, right Pete, you're going to get out there and mow the lawn before you get going to work. And this is what happened, guys. Beautiful day to mow the lawn. Piece of crap. So I dragged the bloody mower into the workshop, thought I better fix it before the grass gets up to the bottom of the bloody windowsills. You know how it is, guys. Anyway, if you like my video, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, and I'll show you what I found, guys. So I dragged another lawnmower up on the workbench, guys. Here it is here. It's just an old Briggs & Stratton, but I think they're all much of a muchness. I'll just check it and see why the bloody thing's not going. I've got a suspicion we were really dusty a few months ago, and I've got a suspicion that the air filter might be filled up full of crap. So we'll have a look at that anyway. So what I suggest you do, guys, before you start pulling your mower to pieces, anything with blades on it or anything like that, I just take the spark plug lead off, just like that, and better to be safe than sorry, eh? Not that it's going to start up in here, but you just never know. So take the lead off and just tuck it in here like that, so there's no way it can touch the spark plug, and then it's all good. Then we can't get our fingers chopped off or anything like that, because that would probably ruin your day, getting your fingers chopped off. It would probably suck, actually, to tell you the truth. Anyway, so that's what I do first anyway. So now we'll have a look at this air filter, which I think it might be. Of course, depending what mower you've got, depends where your air filter might be. See, this one here is on the side here. It's under this panel. Or your particular mower might even have the filter on the other side here. Or it may have a plastic thing on the top that you just got a couple of clips that you can unclip it. But it's here somewhere. You can't lose it, really. It's going to be here, like in front of the motor, your spark plug. Your air filter is going to be on either on this side or on this side. Sometimes you might have it here on the handle, or even on the other side on the handle. What it'll do, it'll have a foam air filter or a paper cartridge air filter in here, and it will come down on a pipe and it'll hook into the side of your carburetor here on the lawnmower. So basically they're all the same. They all have well, not the same air filters, but they all have an air filter of some description. It's just where it might just be a little bit different on your mower, but you'll find it easy enough. It's not too hard to find. So this little varmint unscrews, guys. Remember, like I said, yours might clip on or do something different, but you know, it's all basically the same thing. It's an air filter. So if we take this off and we'll see what sort of mess we've got in here, because this is what I'm thinking is wrong with it. So here we got the air filter, and it's oh look! Yeehaw, Grandma! Isn't that yuck? I can't breathe through that. Imagine you trying to breathe through that. Look at that crap on there, guys. That'll teach me for not servicing my mower. This filter, guys, is that bloody dirty. Look what it's done in here. See, it's even got crap even around the holder here. See that? And what it's doing there is it's just sucking that crap up into the carburetor there, even behind the air filter, because this has actually got behind the filter. But as I don't have access to a new one at the moment, you know me, guys, cheap as chips Pete, I'm going to try and clean this paper filter. But yeah, you guys, I advise you to get a new one if it looks like this. But anyway, I'm going to give it a go. So before I clean the air cleaner, guys, I'm just going to clean up this in here with a bit of degreaser like that. And yeah, because I don't want the shit flying up in here. And with this also, see your butterfly in there. That butterfly, there's a little butterfly thing in there for your carburetor. What I normally do is just go into your throttle and put it on to choke like so. So that butterfly in here half closes. Now I'll show you. See, got a little butterfly in here. So if we go and choke it, you'll see it close like that. And what that's going to do is it's going to stop a lot of shit going in here when I just clean around here. But what I also do, guys, is I'll put a piece of card or something in here, just try and stop some of that crap from getting into the carburetor. So we don't have to go and clean out the carburetor, because that's going to be a drama in itself. So we just spray it in here and just clean them up a little bit. Go around there so we don't get the shit in the carby. Now if you don't have engine cleaner or degreaser, don't worry about it. Just if you've got a bit of spare petrol, bit of gas in your gas can that you normally mow the lawns with anyway, just use that and just use a little brush. But I just happen to have some engine cleaner around the place, so it's just easier for me and quicker to do it like that. But you don't have to have engine cleaner, like I said. Just use a bit of gas. Right, so I've got that off just well from my finger, and we'll just give it another one just to clear it up a little bit more, like that. So that's looking a lot better already, guys. And I'll just give that time to evaporate off there. And also if you're using gas, just give it a couple of seconds, minute or so to evaporate. Nice and clean now. Beautiful, Pete. That's beautiful. Yeah, wow. I bet you won't stay like that for very long. But anyway, remember to take your choke off again, because when you go and try and start it, you're going to choke it and you're going to have all sorts of issues, and you'll be cursing and swearing and kicking the mower as I normally do. So like I said, this one has a paper filter. It's got a wire mesh here and a paper filter. A lot of lawnmowers and weed whackers, and well, the weed whackers not so much because this is quite a bigger filter. But a lot of lawnmowers and the bigger lawn machines, like the ride-on lawnmowers and that sort of thing, have filters like this. But you also may just have a filter like this, just a little foam filter like that. And they come in different shapes and sizes. Mine, this is just a little round one that come out of a round cylinder, obviously. But you can get them square and all sorts of shapes. So it's just foam basically. That yeah, foam that stops the shit coming through. The same as this. This is just a paper version of it. So get yourself a container, guys. I'm just using an ice cream container because I love ice cream. Who doesn't like ice cream, eh? And get your tin of gas for your lawnmower, and then tip some gas into your ice cream container. It's enough, about a quarter of the way up. What you want to do, just before you put this in the gas, is bang it on the on your workbench. Bang it this side down to get most of the big crap off it, you know what I mean? And then submerge it into your fuel. Like so. Now a lot of people clean these with water, but I don't like it, cleaning them with water, because it takes too long to get the water out. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 hours to dry it out if you haven't got a compressor, even if you leave it in the sun. But I like the fuel because it evaporates pretty quick. So that's just my thoughts. Anyway, just watch you don't leave it soaked in the fuel too long for this rubber here, because it'll go a bit soft and yucky. See, it's looking a little bit cleaner already, guys. It's not too bad. There's paper here. You don't want to knock it around too much because it'll starts to fray. See, that'll start to fray. Like I say, when it's in this condition, you're better off just buying a new one. I'll whack some links down below. They're real cheap anyway. But if you just can't get to the shop or something, just give this a go, and it might get your job done, you know, a couple of times. But just don't clean it out and then think, oh yeah, the mower's going really good, and forget about it for the next season, because you'll run into all sorts of trouble, guys. So we'll put our gas to one side, and then we'll grab our filter. And then what I normally do is just build on the workbench that way down to get some of the gas and some of the shit that's still in there out. Like that. And then if you've got a old piece of cloth or a towel or something, just clean it up around there. Now if you've got a compressor, blow that out with a compressor, which I have a compressor, so I'll just go and start that and we'll blow that out with the compressor. If you don't have a compressor, just tap it out like that, get as much of the, don't hit it too hard because you'll destroy the filter. Get as much of the fuel out as possible, and then go and place it in the sun. If you've got sun, unless it's raining of course. And then you're buggered really, and then you don't need to mow your lawn anyway, so you wouldn't be bothered fixing your air filter. As you can see, guys, that filter is definitely past its prime, but it'll do for another couple of lawn mows. Yeah, as you can see, ideal be to replace it, but like I say, I'm nowhere near a shop at the moment, so we'll just to get another couple of lawn mows out of it, and we'll carry on. So if your lawnmower has one of these sort of filters, so any sort of foam filter, like I say, it'll be a different shape or whatever, but I wouldn't clean it with gas, because gas doesn't really react very well with foam. Well, I haven't found it does anyway. It goes a bit gnarly and it sort of falls to pieces, and if a thing falls to pieces, then it's going to fly in your carburetor, and you don't want to do that because you're putting all sorts of shit into the piston of your engine, and you'll just ruin your lawnmower. So what I would do is just clean it with hot soapy water. Yo, hot enough! Woohoo! And then get some soap. It doesn't matter what soap. I'm just using dishwashing soap. Doesn't matter what soap you have. I just put a bit of that in there. It just breaks down the grease and stuff. And grab your filter and just dunk them in. Ooh, she's a bit warm. Push them down with your brush. Well, only doing it with a brush because the water's too bloody hot. But push it down with a brush and then let the water suck into the sponge, you know what I mean? Into the filter. Until she's nice and reasonably clean. Yeah, that water's cooled off a little bit now. Wring them out. That's a lot cleaner, guys. Still got a little bit of crap on it, but you're never gonna clean it up like new. So we've dried our foam filter off, guys. So what I need to do now is oil it, and I don't want to get oil all over my hands. So a little tip for you is just grab a plastic bag. Any plastic bag will do. Put it in a plastic bag like that. Grab your container of oil and just put a little bit in there. You don't have to put very much. Just a little bit, maybe just like a tablespoon. So we've got oil in there. Can you see that oil in there, guys? So all you do is just close your bag like that and just work it in. Just work it into your filter like that. And what you don't want it dripping, all you want it is just impregnated into your filter, so it just catches all the nasty shit before it goes into your engine. Take it out of your bag, dispose your bag, hold it there so you don't get it all over your hands, and there you go. So you have a filter impregnated with oil. So do this every season, guys, and it'll just extend the life of your tools a little bit more. Anyway, guys, what we'll do is we'll grab this filter here and we'll chuck it back into my mower and see if I can actually mow me my own lawns, eh? Got my air filter here, so we'll stick them back together and see what happens, guys. Woohoo! Stick them in there like that. Mine has clips up here that clip into here, into the bottom of this bracket here. So yours is going to have something similar, but it might be just be in a different place. So just make sure you clip them in properly, otherwise it defeats the purpose of your air filter. Put your clips in there, go up like that. Screw your fastening screw back in. Hold them all up. Make sure it's tight but not too tight. There you go. It's all in there nice. What do you reckon, guys? You reckon we can actually kick the thing in the guts and go and mow the lawn? Let's have a go. Let's kick them in the guts. So guys, remember to put your spark plug lead back on before you try and start them. Here we go. And I'll give it some choke. See if it goes this time. Piece of cake, guys. Right, now I've got to go and mow the bloody lawn, so I better go and get on with it, eh? Remember, guys, if you like my channel, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, and we'll see you next time, eh?